Good evening, everyone. Welcome into the Golfing Dads. Steve, how we doing today?
What's going on?
Hey, we're back at it once again. You can join us live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tonight, we're back on our PGA Show preview kick. And
I'm back in my normal friendly confines.
You got out of your hostage basement?
I did get out of the hostage basement, yes.
We appreciate that you got back to your normal confines. I'm stuck in the snow here in Indiana.
Yeah, what's that all about?
It's great. It's so beautiful outside right now, except you can't go play golf in this. But tonight, we figured that we've had a lot of people on talking about their experience at the show. But we go to the show too, and it's a job for us while we're there. So we wanted to kind of give you our perspective of what we expect at the show, kind of the questions that we've been asking our visitors. We're going to answer for you. And today we reached out and we had some people on social media ask us some questions that we're going to answer here as well. So, Steve, let's get right into it. And the first thing that I'm going to ask that I think the viewers want to know is, why do we go to the PGA Show every year? What's the purpose of the PGA Show? Because I think a lot of people out there think that it's a glorified shopping experience, or it's like going to a giant PGA Tour superstore. It's all the new things in golf you're going to see, which part of that is true, but part of it is it's not. It is a giant golf conference is really how I look at it. But how do you look at it every year? What's your takeaway, or what are you looking to see when you go to the PGA Show every single year?
You know, I've been going under the Golfing Dad's name since 2017 when I started the blog. And you and I have joked on here specifically about the idea that this show turns into the busiest week of the year and we take vacation for it. Like,
we take vacation, but it's not a vacation.
It's not a vacation. You know, the week starts on Monday when the show itself doesn't start until Tuesday. I know this coming year, you don't fly in until Monday night. You've got some other responsibilities. I'm playing golf on Monday with some pretty cool people. I'll be honest with you. I wish you could be here. Our buddy Lee and Shane O'Golfs, and I might have to finagle somebody else that may or may not have asked the question today that we might address later on in the show.
Oh, we will.
And we will, yeah. But the week starts rather low key on Monday, and then Tuesday at demo day. First off, living in Orlando, you lived here. Dave lived here for quite a while. Demo day traditionally is the worst weather day of the year, no matter what happens. We all know that. We laugh about it. But I think that when you walk into demo day and see the booths, and they're just very overwhelming. Whether it's the inflatable that Cobra Puma sets up, or the driving range that Callaway Top Tracer sets up, or it's the ping booth where they've had the bucket loader with the putter on it where you can putt into a giant hole with a giant golf ball. There's just many things going on. And you go around these booths, and there's all the new equipment, and you literally, it's very overwhelming, because if you don't have a plan, and you know, here's a great picture of us at Bridgestone. And by the way, that guy that's behind me in the khaki shirt,
you might know him.
You may or may not know him. His name's Boo Weekly. You know, the events, all the things that take place, even being able to sleep in my own bed, I don't spend a lot of time at home that week, because we are on the go. We're there early. We're there late. And
it's 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We are running. really, in all
Right.
honesty.
And trying to wake up the next morning and see my kids before they go to school and then be right out the door, grab you and be on our way is a very, very long undertaking for us to do. And I think
It's a sprint. It really is.
It really is. It's a sprint. It's on a field that's the size of a marathon. It's a sprint on the field that's the size of a marathon. Because once you get into the show floor on Wednesday, it can be very, if you don't have a plan, it can be very overwhelming.
Well, let me explain to the viewers here that one of the things that a lot of people don't understand is the day one is the demo day, and demo day is kind of the playground almost, where you kind of get your hands on some equipment. You don't have a lot of the clothing brands there, so you only have really half of the show at demo day, even maybe less than half of the show at demo day, to be quite honest now, the way that the show has turned into. And you're kind of just out there easing your way into it, and it's that real hands-on experience. You're on a driving range, the world's largest circular driving range. You're out there hitting golf balls, and you're going from vendor to vendor to vendor, and I'm going to hit golf balls at Cobra. I'm going to go hit golf balls at Titleist. I'm going to go hit golf balls at Bridgestone. I'm going to go hit golf balls at USA Junior Golf. I'm going to go hit golf balls at this brand. And it's
this year we'll be able to hit golf balls at Upswing.
Exactly. Like we're going to hit golf balls all over the place, and you're really just kind of getting a feel for what's going to be at the show, because they're letting you kind of get a hands-on. So the next day when you're at the show, the following 3 days, so that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's when you're actually the more business aspect of it. You're there, you're meeting with people, doing deals, understanding more about the industry, and it is such a contrast from day one to days 2, 3, and 4.
Yes.
And a lot of people just think that it's that demo day thing kind of goes all the way across, when it really doesn't. There are hitting bays inside of the convention center, as we can see here. Some random guy was just giving you a lesson at demo day.
I mean, rando there, Chris Trott. What's up, Trotty? Just chilling, talking with Chris Trott. I mean,
there's different things that you get to see and experience, but it's not, you're not going to this like you'd go to a convention for the Super Bowl or the NCAA Final Four. That's what people, I think it is, that it's this fan experience, when it's the complete opposite. It is a 100% business conference. Business deals are getting done at this every single year. That's what we do.
I think about friends of ours, and I'm going to call them out here. They're our buddies. Brand Lake Dormy Workshop and the Bishop brothers. You can't walk by their booth and not have it be busy, because they're taking orders and they're meeting with people, and they are literally just prepping for the rest of the year with everybody that comes in from the PGA. I think about another brand that's been on our show a few times. They're friends of ours. The guys at Golfish, where they, Golfish in what they do for their show to set up for the year. I think about the guys, Earl and Olajuwon at Eastside. And I mean, you can't go by that booth with the Mercedes G-Wagon there hanging out with the swingman on the back and not have it be busy every time. And you walk by and, they know who we are, and it's, hey guys, what's up? And they're right back into a meeting. They always say, what's up? But it's a busy time for these people. And, I think one of the absolute coolest things about the show, though, is there's always something, and you got to find it. Last year it was the Marucci bag that Sun Mountain made, that everybody was talking about. There's always that one thing that everybody's talking about at the show that you're like, man, what was that? And everybody's, when you walk down the hallways, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about that baseball bag, that baseball glove bag. Hey, Ocala golfer, thank you. Golfish apparel does look great. It feels even better than it looks. So go out and get yourself some. Use code GolfingDads at checkout to get a little discount there.
I had to bring it up. You brought it up. I had to.
Yeah,
this bag was there's always that new unique thing, and there's not usually one.
Yep.
There's multiple things that you will see.
Right.
This was one of them last year.
So, I mean, we walked by that bag. You and I did a double take, and I mean, Dave and I are bigger baseball fans than you are. Yes, you are a baseball fan, but
100%. Oh, not compared to the way you guys are.
Yeah, right. And we will call you out for being a Yankee fan. But you know, when you look at that bag and what they did for that bag, like we were all like, whoa, what was like Dave wasn't there last year. He's on his guy's golf trip, and we're sending pictures immediately to him in the text group going, check this out. Like, and you know, and he's with some people that may or may not have played some minor league baseball in their day or played collegiately also. And they're showing it off to them. And like, what is that? Like, how cool is that bag looking?
And we're having conversations with them about, hey, we want to bring you on the show, talk about this.
Right.
And they're holding us to a non-disclosure contract of like, hey, we're not bringing this out yet. It's going to be announced at the All-Star game next year. So it was already announced, but they didn't even want to talk about it on our podcast live on the show because they were only presenting it to the people that were at the show. So that's what the thing is. It's a lot of industry kind of secrets that are going to be coming out that you kind of get to see. And that's one thing that I think the show is missing, that right now we're getting too many of those leaks of all the new clubs that are coming out. Like I've already seen the Callaway club that's coming out. And I miss the days of the PGA show where I was going to the show being like, I'm going to see this for the first time before anyone. But now they're being leaked way too early, in my opinion. But you still get those.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to call out our friends at Cobra Puma Golf, and at Cobra Golf, and their new driver, that Optum driver that they have, looks awesome.
But the good thing is now we get to be some of the first people that get to demo this at the demo day and so that's the other cool part, that it's a give and take that we get there.
I will tell you this, and Greg, I'm gonna say what I'm most excited about, and then I want you to talk about what you're most excited about. I think the thing that I'm most excited about as we get ready for the PGA show right now is, and we've seen them online, and we've been promised some, and I'm waiting for them. Our friends at Bridgestone have a new tour ball coming out, and you and I both play the tour line, Tour B series. It's going to be the Tour V series. I'm excited to hit that ball. We may be getting some in here this month before the PGA show, but I am really excited to try that new Bridgestone ball. Bridgestone makes an exceptional golf ball. It's the reason we play it. We believe in it. We believe in the mindset technology, and I'm really excited to get my hands on that golf ball and try that golf ball out. What are you most excited about as we lead into the show?
So the same thing I'm always excited about is every year we have always said that since we've got into this and really started meeting people there, you think industries are cutthroat industries and people are trying to one up everyone else. The golf industry in our neck of the woods is very the opposite of that. Everyone's trying to help everyone out. So it's all of our friends that we see in this industry, everyone else that runs a podcast, everyone else that does all of these brands out there, our friends at Golfish that we made last year. I'm happy that we're getting to see them again, that our friends at Upswing that we get to talk to online, we get to see them again in person. Our buddies at Bridgestone that we always get to see. I mean, we saw our fellow Bridgestone buddies last year, the St. Andres gang.
Oh, St. Andres, just chilling with St. Andres there.
It's all of these people that you get to make friends with and see. That's what I look forward to, is the almost camaraderie, fraternity of golf fanatics, golf industry experts that we look forward to seeing. They look forward to seeing us every year. And I've run into a few of them outside of this. Like I ran into Dinda and Earl from Eastside at the Masters last year, and they came up to me like, "Oh, hey, Greg," and you're like, "Hey, we're not just the PGA show buddies. We know each other all throughout the year. It's great to see that and those friendships. That's what I'm most excited about. And then all of the new stuff that we're going to get to see and the new products that
Yeah.
our friends are bringing out that we get to see. That's what makes this show so much fun to go to.
Hey, we've got some questions that people asked us on Instagram. I think before we get into that, let's pay a bill here or two, and roll a little commercial, and then let's get into these questions online and let's dive in a little more on this.
Sounds
Ready
good.
to take your game to the next level? Desert Fox Golf's collegiate gear is growing fast, with over 25 universities and counting. Show off your favorite team on the course with the Phone Caddy and DJ 10 speaker, built for easy access for every round. Perfect for students, alumni, and college sports fans looking to show off their school spirit. Gear up today at desertfoxgolf.com.
So speaking of new products from Desert Fox Golf, they're magnetic.
Oh, mine's in my
caddy.
golf bag. Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Holds that phone on there. Does not come off. And obviously the phone caddy where you can get it customized. You can get your college team on there. The team at Desert Fox is phenomenal. They're always fun to see every single year at the show, but they're also fun to see outside the show as well. So make sure you check out Desert Fox Golf and use code Golfing Dads to get 15% off your order. All right, Steve. What do the people want to know? Let's see some questions.
We'll start with demo day. We'll kind of go in order here. What is your favorite product to test at demo day?
I gotta say, there's two, and I love testing the new drivers. You go to a driving range, you're like, oh, I'm gonna work on my game like everybody else, and you're like, nope, I just want to rip the big dog down that. Like that is just so much fun. I like going to all of the ones and just hitting the big dog out there. I have fun hitting the irons too. The Bridgestone irons last year were so much fun to hit.
They were.
That was the picture you saw with us with Boo. But the other thing is, and I think this is a hidden gem that a lot of people don't go to, and we had them on a few weeks ago, is the putting green. So Makefield putters we see out there every year. And getting to test those putters out in the convention center is one thing, but being out in the elements, because it is always crappy weather out there, and seeing how a putter rolls on actual greens, and it's hidden in this back corner, I think the putters need more love at demo day and a better area for them, because they're on this little putting green back there, and I feel it gets kind of crowded. But I like seeing the putters back there too. So really the driver and the putter, that's what I really like out there. And the wild card is I like seeing those unique things like the adaptive golf carts that they have out there, and seeing the different things they have for adaptive golf to make golf accessible for everyone to play. And I think that's another unique thing that they have out there. What's your favorite thing
at demo day? I think back to last year. One of my favorite things that I saw at demo day was I watched you hit a golf ball straight for the first time, I think, in your entire life. It still is amazing to me. I mean, we're lucky enough we have the Cobra DS Adapt drivers. And so I think that is one of those things. In that Cobra booth, Cobra does a great job on demo day. They usually have a DJ there, and they usually have a pretty steady group of people coming into that booth. Whether
best booth at demo day, hands down, Cobra. Hands down.
Correct. I think the other booth that I really like, our friends at FlightScope do a great job with their booth. I think that they have figured it out, especially last year they debuted a new rangefinder. And I think that they have a pretty good understanding of what they're doing at demo day when you think of that technology that they have. But I also think, one of the coolest things, and I talked about Blair being at, or Lexi being at the Cobra booth. I think one of the cool things about demo day is who they get to come out to their booths at demo day. Like, it is a pretty cool, steady stream of people that are coming out repping these brands that come out and do demos, do presentations. I've seen Jamie Sadlowski out there hitting drivers. Fast Eddie Fernandez. Eddie's a friend of mine, and Eddie's been out there hitting balls. So when you can get these people out there and you get a chance to actually have a conversation with them too, it makes for a really cool experience for demo day. So that's one of those things. Greg, let me ask you this. As we go into the show floor, what's your favorite booth at the show?
Well, we all know what your favorite booth is.
I think you'd be surprised at that one.
We know the booth you visit the most. We'll just put that out there because you never get a chance to say hi to our friends at Dormy. But I will say it all depends on the year, really. Yeah. I think that the booths, it's not really a favorite booth that I have there. It's the people that we meet. Last year, one of my favorite booths to go to was Golfish, and it was every time we passed them, they were like, "Oh, hey guys," and we're talking to them. We were even talking to other people about their product and helping them kind of promote their product while we were there.
Yeah.
And it's just those people that you get to meet, and you go by different booths. You go by the putting greens, and we see our friends at Makefield. I like just seeing those unique booths that they have out there, and you go into like the Nike booth that they had last year with all the different shoes that they had, all the different range, like Flight Scope and TrackMan and all of those that they have. Seeing the setups that they have, that they create these virtual driving ranges inside the middle of a booth. Any booth that kind of brings you in and you don't realize you're in the middle of a convention floor, that's what's really fun out there. And the new exhibitor area, where a lot of people are, that's a great place that you're meeting all these people that are out there to make their product accessible to people in the golf industry. And it's fun to listen to them and hear what they have, what they've brought to market. And then years later, see them in these big booths because they've went from a new exhibitor to a common exhibitor. And then, as always, you know who it is, and I know where you're going with this. The mayor of the
mayor of the PGA Show. Yes, the mayor. It's funny. Club Pro Manufacturing.
Club Pro. Yeah.
Bill Ridge and his group, right in the middle of the show floor. Where he holds court, and let's be real, he holds court there. It is one of the coolest. It's funny. Bill's been going to that show for 30-something years, and when you get to, everybody knows Bill. Bill knows everybody. I actually think the idea, and not of just Club Pro, but of the idea that when you go to the show, seeing, and Bill has talked about this before on our show, the idea of seeing the faces year after year, because it's the one place you all get to see each other, I actually think is better than even any of the booths. Like, because you walk down and all of a sudden you get stopped by somebody, you're like, "Hey, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you. What's going on today? What are you here to see?" Last year we ran into Nate and Lindsay from Bear the Palm, and just bumping into them and seeing them. And I don't think, based on what we know about them, I think Lindsay is due right around the PGA Show. I don't know if they will be there again this year. And congratulations to them. But, when you just bump into those people and you see, we've lived in Orlando long enough to see a bunch of the pros that have come through the city and you've gotten to know and have left and gone on to other things, bumping into them because it's the one time they all come back into Orlando. So I think that the idea that, yes, you get to see all these cool people in their booths, but you get to see other people that are literally just coming to town every year for this. I'll tell you, one of the people I'm really looking forward to seeing this year is Megan Johnston again. Megan was on our show after the PGA Show last year. We sat down with her. And to be able to talk with her about what's going on at Big Cedar, obviously, with Cliffhangers now opening. I think we all want to go play the third hole at Cliffhangers with the Lions down there out of the waterfall. But, I think that is one of those things that from a standpoint of what are we doing and who do we get to talk to, that is one of those things that I think is great. Let me ask you this. I'm going to jump in here really quickly. There was a question on here tonight, and I'm going to ask you this because of the beverage that you were drinking this evening. One of the questions,
I think this is a better question for Odds with Dave, because I know what this question is.
The question is, will Yip Strickler be there, and will he drink 15 vodka seltzers every day?
Hold on. I'm gonna do this. Hold on. Odds with Steve and Greg today on this question, brought to you by Nikon. Nikon is the official rangefinder of the LPGA Tour and the Golfing Dads. Make sure if you are looking for that perfect rangefinder, you check out Nikon. So, with this being said, Steve, what do you take the over-under for Yip Strickler and 15 vodka seltzers?
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say this. Greg, I'm going to take the over that, yes, Yip Strickler will be in attendance at the PGA Show, and yes, he will be drinking at least 15 vodka seltzers a day. And at some point, the Golfing Dads and Yip Strickler will also share a vodka seltzer together.
Oh, 100%. I agree with that. I think Yip, fan of the show, and we are big fans of Yip and his work as the #1 independent journalist fighting sandbaggers across
investigating handicaps at prestigious private golfing clubs. Yes. And there's a comment. I want to get to a comment that has been put on Instagram tonight, Greg, that I think you will laugh at this comment.
Hit us up.
I hear Uncle P is a legend on the putting green at the PGA Show.
He's a one-handed legend.
He's a one-handed. Hey, Swing Style Golf, how are you, buddy? Thank you for joining us tonight.
Uncle P is someone I will say, if you don't know who Uncle P is, and you're going to be at the PGA Show, check out the Golfing Dads, and we will introduce you to Uncle P and his eccentric style and what he brings to the golfing industry. And if you really want to know who Uncle P is, watch our show from a few weeks ago. Or no, our live. It wasn't the show. It was our live.
Our live, yeah.
Instagram that we did. That's right. It was a live that we did. Live on Instagram.
Greg, one of the other questions we got tonight was, what influencer or person are you most looking forward to seeing at the show?
Well, the most influential people at the show would be the Golfing Dads, of course. But
that is true.
Besides that, I will say the person that I look forward to seeing too is Yip Strickler. I mean, he is just such a fun personality while he is there. I look forward to seeing our Bridgestone brethren and with St. Andres. They're always a fun time. But it's everybody. It's everybody that's going to be there. Yeah. I look forward to seeing, because everyone in the podcasting industry and the golf influencer industry is there to help each other out. We run into each other, like you said, on the show floors. We're going back and forth to different booths because this is a giant facility that we're in. And you're like, oh, hey, we just checked out this. You should go check them out. And they're like, oh, same here. Go check out these guys over here. And we're really just passing information to each other to help grow everybody. It's no one's like, oh, I got this exclusive with this company. No one holds that. Everyone's like, go check them out. Go help them. Yep. They're going to help you. Everyone wants to help everyone there. So that's what I always look forward to, is just seeing all these people and helping each other out. And that's what's probably the most fun about being at this show. What else we got?
Wink Golfing. Why aren't you going? I would have expected you to be there. I was actually going to hit you up and say, are you going to be there? Would love to meet. When I think about influencers and who I really want to see, I mean, we're pretty lucky we know a few. Obviously, our friend, the Orlando golfer, who's been on our show before. Always a good time hanging out with him. I will say that I think another one, and Greg, I know I had met her before and we'd hung out. You met her last year at the show, Blair O'Neill, one of the absolute nicest people in this industry. And we're working on something possibly with Blair to have a conversation with her at the show, to just sit down and have a conversation about some things. And I'm actually looking forward to that probably more than anything in the world right now, because I think that the idea of what we're working on is a huge deal. But I also
100%.
think when you look at whether it's walking past Eastside's booth and Earl and Olajuwon coming over, what's up, guys? How you been? Just being able to have that conversation with them. And then, people like John McGinnis.
Yeah.
I mean, John's always a good time.
John is a fun time.
Fun time. And then when you randomly walk into, I'm not even going to go down the influencer route with them. You walk into a PGA Tour player, bump into, whether it's Boo, who we've met, who we've been around at the show, or we ran into Ken Duke last year. Ken's a friend of mine, and getting to talk to him. We know that Hal Sutton's going to be there. There's always somebody around. And I think that is one of the absolute coolest things, is that if you just open your eyes and you see what's going on, like you can literally, hey, what's going on? How are you guys? Good to see you. What's going on today? And just have that conversation. So,
well, the other thing that everyone is so professional that it's not, and this is why it's not open to the general public, is if the general public was there, people would swarm people like fans, and they would have people like, oh, I need to get this person's autograph. Everyone's there on a business aspect when we're at this show. So you'll run into these people and they'll be, like I said, oh, hey, come on in here. We want to talk to you. Or, hey, have you checked out this? Or like when we're with McGinnis, he's like, oh, hey, you guys. And we'll be in a random booth with him talking. And then that booth is talking to us about some random product because he pulled us in there because he just happened to be in there, and he was like, oh, I haven't seen you guys yet at the show. And it's so much fun to run into those things. And I'd say last year the only one that I thought got swarmed like a celebrity was the captain. Derek Jeter there last year when he showed up, that booth got swamped, and that was the only one that was really like that, because he was there just kind of to be a personality for his brand.
It was a photo. It was a photo op for his company, and
exactly.
They make some great product. They make a great product. I do think that they, I think he's done well with that clothing line.
But he was there for that purpose of being that celebrity type, whereas everyone else is there for the industry type. So,
right. Hey, all right. So last question that we got asked online today. What is your favorite part of the PGA Show?
I'd probably say the friendships that you get to run into these people. It's kind of like a class reunion every year, and I've kind of repeated myself over and over with this, but it's getting to see people that are exhibitors, getting to see people that are like us, that are there to negotiate deals and see how people are doing. That's the fun part about hearing about the deals people have made. I loved Craig from Towel Tag last year talking about the business deals he was making there. Desert Fox talking about the same things, about talkings they were having with different people, and listening to that and seeing how successful they're being. It's fun to kind of be a part of that and share in sharing their success, because that's what we do here, is we try to share their success and promote people to other people. And that's what we do with this podcast, is we go to this. I know we have to sacrifice going to this. It's so hard, but we go to this so we can share it with you all, and you can ask these questions. And this year, one thing that we're going to do is we're going to film and put together a short video that kind of takes you through from demo day to Friday on what it's like to go to this show. And we're going to put that together, and that'll come out probably sometime in late January, probably February, March to be more realistic. But that's the thing that's fun, is going through all of this and seeing all the people. What's your favorite part?
Really quick, before I answer that, I want to go what we're talking about on Instagram tonight. Wink Golf, the dates are the 20th to the 23rd of January here in Orlando. And as an influencer, as a product, you can go onto the PGA Show website and register and see, go through that process. The Ocala golfer, you're not wrong. I'm just going to read to you, Greg, what he wrote. And he said he played for the Yankees. No one cares. So
I know that's not true.
I'll be honest with you, as a Red Sox fan, it still is kind of cool to see him.
That's there. Yeah, that's right. Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. Yeah, no, the dude's the guy. Like he's a great player. You know, when I look at the show, for me, I still think that my favorite part of the show is being able to walk. And Greg, we've done this a few years now together. I've done this a few more years being in the industry, being able to walk in and have those, you know, you just stop and you're like, hey guys, what's going on? And you're having those conversations with people, and you're seeing those people that you don't see the other 360 days. You know, I think back to, I think back to a brand like Squares, where in 2020, nobody knew who they were, and they were in a dungeon. They were in the dungeon of the PGA Show floor. And 20, as they grew, they ended up with their own booth. Now they're going to be, and we're going to dive into more of this next week. So I'm teasing our show next week. Bob is going to join us next week with, they will be joining 35 Capital in the pickleball area, but they're going to have their new golf line, and we're going to debut that new golf line next week. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be an awesome show. But I think that when you look at a brand like that and see their transformation of where they were when nobody knew who they were to where they are today, with a baseball line. It's a huge baseball line, a great pickleball line, a golf line. They are really doing great things across the industry. And it's always fun to see those people that have come from, realistically, I mean, look at Desert Fox, like our friend Scott at Desert Fox, where they, you know, Desert Fox went from a startup brand that had reached out to me because my cart frame was magnetic speaker, this, that on my cart frame, and I didn't have a phone holder, and Scott and I became friends, and today they're the #1 cell phone accessory company for golf carts on Amazon. And when you think about and seeing these little guys grow, I think that's always my coolest part, is to see these companies year in and year out. I think of a brand, they were on our show recently, and Swing Scribe.
100%.
Great things.
Looking forward to seeing their growth this year.
Right. So, you know, I think that is one of those things. And you know, the other thing that I think I look forward to the most is, and we're going to start a new trend next week, by the way, on social media. You're going to see something from us. We've got some interviews canned with some people that are quick rapid fire questions that we started last year at the PGA.
These are fun.
These are fun. And you're going to start seeing these. And
hint,
to be able to
you might see this one.
You might see that guy right there. Yes. You know, I think that the idea that we can sit down and talk to these people and do these quick hit interview questions and do all of these things is really fun for me, being on this side of the media that we are, because for some reason, and I don't know why, I mean, we are pretty cool dudes, I'm not going to lie about that, people actually want to sit and talk to us. So
people tolerate us. That's our slogan, Golfing Dads. People tolerate us. Mostly.
Hey, Wink Golf, you better get some vacation back. Come on down. Let's go. Come on, bring it. So, but no, I think that that's one of those things that I'm really looking forward to. And like you said earlier, Greg, the idea of testing new equipment and seeing the new equipment and getting to, touch, smell, feel, taste, all of that new stuff is
Why are you
probably one of the
smelling
cooler. I was just going through the senses there. It was a sensory thing. I don't know. I mean, hell,
Heads up to anyone
pick up-
that's exhibiting at the show. If Steve comes up and smells your stuff.
Go ahead, pick up one of those Dormy head covers and tell me what it smells like. It smells like greatness, is what it smells like.
Well, if you have any more questions for us and you want to know more about this, like I said, we're going to put together some videos. So when we're there, we're going to have a lot of stuff that we're going to bring back and show to you all in the new year on the Golfing Dad. So look forward to that coming up here in the next year. So, yep.
Let's pay. We need to pay another bill here. Our friends at Bridgestone. We need to hear about them, and let's get into this past Friday.
So, if you are looking for a new golf ball, make sure you are checking out Bridgestone Golf. Their E12 straight distance series with the mindset technology will change your game. It puts you in the right mindsets. Like we said, coming up this year, they're going to have some more golf balls that are coming out. We'll talk about those coming up. But check out Bridgestone Golf for all your golf ball needs. Getting fit is the most underrated thing for a golf ball. You get fit for your clubs. Get fit at bridgestonegolf.com.
Hey, Greg, I do want to give a quick shout out. Somebody just joined. Hey, Epoch Eyewear just joined the show here.
Hey, talk about friends we make at the show every year.
Yes. How are you, Epoch? What's up, Rob? How are you? Good to see you on here. We can't wait to see you at the show. We will see you at demo day and can't wait. So
they're always fun to see at demo day.
They are a good time at demo day. So really fun to see them. So Greg, did you get a chance? I know we texted about it. I know you did. The Skins game was back on Friday.
It was great. I was happy to see it. I love this exhibition golf in the off season. And I talked to you about this while we were watching it. I said, this needs to happen on a regular basis again. I think that this was just getting back into it. I don't think it was hyped up as much as it had been in the years past. I think that it was hyped up enough and it was at a perfect time. The next day, you're sitting at home, you've eaten all your turkey, that you wake up and I get to watch golf in the morning. And I get to watch 4 golfers that are great personalities and are just having fun after Thanksgiving. It almost felt like if I went out and played after being with my family for the holidays, I got with a bunch of friends and we're like, hey, we're all home. Let's all go play a round of golf and put some money on it. And that's what it felt like. And I was glad it's back. And there were some fun things that happened to it. I mean, I texted you at one point and I said, Shane Lowry is breaking Keegan's heart yet again. And then he says it on TV.
But I will say this about Shane, and it's funny. My dad and I have always had this joke that we think Shane Lowry would be one of the absolute best guys to sit and just have a pint with, because I think he'd be funny as hell. I really want to play golf with Shane Lowry now. At the top of the list of guys I want to hang out with, because I feel like, and I'm going to say this, if Shane was the 4th with me, you, and Dave, I would love to hear Shane do commentary on Dave. And I don't know that I might not wet my pants, because I think it would be that funny. I'd probably piss myself.
That might be some of the funniest content we could ever put together. So Shane, if you are listening and you ever want to play with the Golfing Dads, you have an open invitation. Standing invite anywhere that you want to play. We will try to make that work. So standing invitation.
We need to make sure that we can record it, because I just want the commentary of him commenting on Dave hitting golf balls.
Maybe that's our new thing, is that we are gonna, if you are watching the show and you have some kind of connection to Shane Lowry and can get us to play golf with him, make it happen. That's what we have to make happen in the coming year.
That's our new goal. Hey, Paul, Uncle P just joined from Lombardi on Instagram. What's up, Uncle P?
Oh, there he is,
Uncle P. So watching the Skins game on Friday, Obviously, Justin couldn't play. I actually was disappointed that he couldn't play because I kind of enjoyed Justin.
I like that he was there though, and he was commenting.
Sorry, Dave. There we go.
But I like that he was commenting. I like that. I mean,
yeah.
It's his course. That's kind of an unfair advantage at some point.
I also will say that I think Xander has gotten a bad rap because I think that he has been lumped into the Ryder Cup Hatgate.
And
I feel like Xander, and a friend of his, I feel like Xander redeemed himself, and I want Xander mic'd up way more now because he was hilarious. And I know he didn't win. I know he didn't win any money, but I will tell you that was probably he won a lot of people over, and I will give him a lot of credit for that. The guy we obviously haven't talked about, Keegan, in making a lot of money, and Tommy Fleetwood. Let's go Keegan first. Greg, give me your opinion of Keegan winning it.
He should have picked himself for the Ryder Cup team. Like, that's what this proved. This proved that he's been playing great golf. He's still playing great golf. And if he takes that into the next season, it's just, that's the mistake I think he made as captain, because if he would have put himself on the team, I think it would have enhanced our ability during the Ryder Cup. That's what I took from this. But Keegan's personality, I love his personality on the golf course because he is a golfing dad. And that comes out when he's talking about this. And he is the elder statesman out there now. And that comes out when he's playing this younger golfers out there. He has fun with it, and he knows where he stands from an age standpoint, from a father standpoint, from a husband standpoint. And you see all of that. And that's what the tour needs. We've talked about, like, when they're growing the game and growing all of this, they need these personalities from these golfers and need to lean into them. They need to have fun with it because people want to follow a story. People want to follow. That's why Full Swing is such a fun thing to watch. That's why I'm watching Starting Five with the NBA players right now. These stories draw people in. They draw people in that might not be golf fans, that might not be sports fans, because they want them to succeed, or they want them to see what's going to happen next with them.
Yeah.
It's the whole reason Joel Damon is a household name now in the golfing industry. Correct. Because Full Swing and the personality. And we saw that at the Skins game. Another reason I like these off-season exhibition, fun golfing events. It's you get to see them in their own personalities.
Can I ask you, I mean, so Tommy Fleetwood obviously cleaned up on the last hole and came in second place. And great for Tommy. He played awesome and did some great things out there. 16 holes for the Skins game. Good or bad?
Well, I don't understand why these events do stuff like 16 holes. You're shorting 2 holes. What's, like, is it a time crunch thing? Like, you had to get it in a certain amount of time? Because, like, the TV broadcasting is only for so many hours, so 16 is doable. 18 would be pushing it. I don't know. I think, why don't another friend of the show,
another friend,
PGA Show.
So, what's up, Tyler? How are you, buddy? Hey, how's Michigan, buddy? I saw that you were up there. Good luck with that. It's cold.
I will say that's I don't understand. So what's your thought on 16 holes? I don't get it.
I loved seeing Panther National. I wanted to see them all, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll leave it at I wanted to see the other two.
You were drooling in the text you were saying to me about Panther National, like, oh, look at this course, looks amazing. I'm gonna have like I think the one thing I will say, Panther National looks like an amazing course, but I think I like, from an aesthetic standpoint, not as more trees and more traditional golf type views on
Yeah.
stuff like this, because it just, when you're looking at the camera angles, it just looks very flat. When that course is not, that course has contours, and to play that course would be unbelievable, and it's probably a beautiful course. I just think the
Right.
camera angles, I was just seeing flat green spots most of the time.
And then before we get into, we got to pay one more bill here. And also, I do want to say hi. What's up, AZ Nittany Lion? How are you, buddy?
AZ Nittany Lion, I got to ask
before we
the
get into our
question,
last,
who's going to be our coach?
no comment yet. Hey,
Okay.
upgrade your tee game with the new Cobra DS Adapt driver, fully adjustable, crazy fast, and built to dial into your perfect ball flight. Take control of the Cobra DS Adapt. Visit Cobra Golf today, the official driver of the Golfing Dads. The AZ Nittany Lion said Terry.
100%. Thank you. Hire Terry at this point. He deserves it. Give him 2 years.
2 years. Wow. Way to be.
I'm giving him 2 years to turn this around. I think he can do it. In 2 years, you'll see improvements. If he's going to be successful, you'll see it in 2 years. You'll know how he's going to be.
So, Greg, somebody had a press conference this morning at 9 a.m.
It didn't blow up the internet like it should have, because it normally does. But the number one golfer of all time, a guy who dominated the tour like we've never seen before, and Tiger at the Hero World Championship talked about
Hero World Challenge.
Hero World Challenge. His event that used to be in Orlando and is now in the Caribbean.
Yes.
He talked about the changing of the tour and what it's going to look like in the future here. And he said, we're trying to figure out what is the best schedule possible, that we can create the best fields, the most viewership, and also the most fan involvement. That's the part that I'm most interested about, is the fan portion of this. Like, how are you looking at this from a fan's perspective? And I'll be interested to see that, because we talked about this. We hinted about this last week when it kind of broke that in 2027, they might get rid of events at the beginning of the year, shorten events, have bye weeks put in here. It's very NFL-esque in the kind of the way they're looking at this. They're shortening it so that, and then having bye weeks in there, that sounds like the NFL, although the NFL did add less and shorten the preseason, but there's not really a preseason for golf. So I'm interested to see, is it going to get more viewers, and is that fan involvement really going to have an impact? Because I would love to see that fan involvement have an impact. What was your take from what Tiger said this morning? Because I know something is happening, but where do you see this going?
I didn't tell you this. Dave knew. I ended up on Sirius XM Radio today on Jason Sobel's show, commenting. I called in, and I don't understand. You know, they talk about, there's this whole idea of less is more. And for some reason, golf is the only sport in the world that thinks less is more. And they're trying to compare it to the NFL, where the NFL has this 17-week schedule that, by the way, used to be 16 weeks. They've gone to 17, and they're trying to go to 18. So they are also trying to add more of a playing window.
Well, they're trying to take out the preseason from an injury standpoint, and I think I like what they're doing from their aspect of they're adding, not subtracting.
But here's the problem, and you talk about by the time the week after Labor Day rolls around, that there's this itch for the NFL. Well, why is that itch created? The NFL creates that itch because they go from, whether it's Labor Day or the week after Labor Day, if they decide to expand one more week, through to the second week in February now. And then in March, you have the Combine. In April, you have the draft. In May, you have OTAs. In the end of June, you start training camp. And by the time we're in July, you have the Hall of Fame game. And then you go into the preseason. So the NFL is talked to. Hear me out. The NFL builds the momentum throughout what is a 12-month calendar. And they have figured out how to have something every month of the year. And you have the PGA Tour looking and going, no, we don't want to play anytime the NFL is playing. We want to go from the late February until we want to be done by Labor Day. We want to have less events. We want to basically turn into NASCAR, where you have these guys show up every week, play against each other on the PGA Tour, and you have the biggest names. Now, my bigger problem with this, and this is a snowball for way down the line, is you're going to run into this point where, and I'm going to use some names, I'm going to throw some names out there where you're like, what happens to that guy? Davis Riley's won twice in the PGA Tour. What happens to Davis? Because he doesn't finish.
Well, I think you lose those. I think you lose those stories when you're taking stuff away, because I don't think you need to see the best field every single week. I think that'll be diluted at some point, and we'll be like, okay, I'm seeing the same guys every week. I'm not getting these Cinderella stories as much as I used to. Because
when does Ben Griffin become Ben Griffin? Ben Griffin won 3 times on the PGA Tour this year, has a chance to win for the 4th time this week. Look at Neil Shipley, who everyone fell in love with at the Masters a few years ago. How does Neil Shipley get a spot coming out? How does anybody coming off the Korn Ferry Tour get a spot into this? Like, there's a lot of questions, and does this turn into a closed circuit where the rich are getting richer? And it's just a bunch of guys, and I'm going to say this, a bunch of guys in their 40s, just like the Live Tour is, with a couple other guys sprinkled in.
And that's my problem.
I don't like it.
Why are you trying to be like the Live Tour when the Live Tour, let it be its own thing? Do your own thing. You were successful. You're not losing. I don't feel you're losing fans to the Live Tour. I don't feel you're losing all of this stuff, but I feel you can make tweaks, but I feel you're going to an extreme here that we don't need to go to. But that's a topic for another show. So next week, Bob from Squares on the Golfing Dads, and we will continue our series of talking about the PGA Show and giving you a glimpse of what that's like and what to expect if you're going this year. So cheers, everybody.
Deuces.
I'm really fortunate, man. I mean, I've an opportunity to build something that's.
And remember, folks, use code GolfingDads to get 15% off your order at Desert Fox Golf. Also use code GolfingDads to get 15% off your order at golfish.com. Use code GolfingDads to get 20% off your order at Jacket Sunscreen, and use the Golfing Dads Tavern to get 5% off your order at FlightScope.